And Iona, have you got a mic?
Yeah, this is the last one. I had bran flakes, very basic and boring. Every morning, same thing.
Right. Well done. How close are you, Gregsy? Because, I mean, we could, Jax isn't here, so another 2 minutes. We're late. Late is it's a red line once you're over it. We're into the abyss.
Have you got a spin liner?
No.
And how do we sound check? Right. Sorry.
Oh, Toulouse can ask the guests if they want a Portobello Radio poster.
Are we up for that one again?
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I've now got the posters and the rubber bands in the same place.
I put mine up in my house.
Good.
Did you? Well done. Top marks.
You gave me two, so you built one for my dad.
Cool. There you go.
Are you Portobello Radio?
No, they're on next week.
Thank you.
I think it's to see if she's still alive.
Yeah.
Sister Ruth. I saw her walking up your road.
Okay.
Earlier on this week. Anyway, yeah, right. Okay.
What's going on with? Are you running? Are you running? Oh, great. Okay. Sorry. Thought we were waiting for that. Should we start?
Am I right with that one?
Am I okay with that one? Am I a bit loud for that one? Am I alright for that one? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah.
Can you
Happy.
give that to Iona as the only woman in the room? She's got to sit here.
Brilliant. All right. Yeah. Good idea. Do that then.
Do that then.
So, hit the button.
Oh, hello.
Should I come back at 6?
Hit it hard. That's it. Have we got a play button as well? Hit the play button as well. It's so adorable. No. Oh, one there. Yes. Hard. Yes. Brilliant. There it is.
I love Portobello Radio.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the third week of International Women's Month here on Portobello Radio. We've got Iona on the desk. Iona, welcome to the show.
Hello, hello.
You're going to have to hold the
Represent.
fort, represent until Jax is with us. We got a rolling cast of presenters today. We got Jax, we got Joy, we got Amber. You've got me.
The Ledex is back.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Toulouse, who won a Trellick. He won a Trellick right here at the Portobello Film Festival.
Woo!
With his depiction of Soho.
Yeah, nice one.
We've got a packed show. We've got loads of guests. Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak, indeed, everyone out there. I hope
Eid.
you're feasting up and enjoying yourself after a good, long, lovely Ramadan. It's been such fun, man. I've really enjoyed this year's Ramadan, and the iftar events have been outrageously brilliant again. So there'll be more of them. This will going over all this weekend.
It'll
Exactly.
all go off tonight.
Exactly.
It's also, of course, the equinox, the beginning of spring.
Yes, it is the spring equinox.
news
Come
there.
on, come on!
And it is also the Persian New Year.
Well, I didn't know. That I didn't know. Big love out to everyone out there in Persia, out in Iran.
So I was looking for a few. I don't know what's Persian and what's Iranian. Is Persian the culture and Iranian
Yes.
the country?
Yes, I'd say exactly that.
All right. Okay. Well, I've been looking for Persian songs, and here's Rana Farhan.
Wicked.
که مست گردد خود این بود نشانش چشمش بلای مستان ما را از او نترسان من مستم و نترسم از چوب شهانش ای عشق الله الله سرمست شد شهنشه برجه بگیر زلفش درکش در این میانش اندیشه ای که آید در دل ز یار گوید جان بر سرش فشانم پرزر کنم دهانش آن روی گل ستانش وان بلبل بیانش وان شیوه هاش یارم تا با که است آنش این صورتش بهانه است تو نور آسمان است بگذر ز نقش و صورت جانش خوش است جانش تیرا بهار بخشد شب را نهار بخشد پس این جهان مرده زنده است آن جهانش پس این جهان مرده پس این جهان مرده پس این جهان مرده زنده است آن جهانش
Yeah, that is Rana Farhan, who apparently puts classical Persian poetry over modern rhythms, modern jazz and blues rhythms.
Yeah, more of that.
Yeah,
More
that
of
was
that.
great. So happy Nowruz. We've got Jax in the studio. Welcome.
Hi, nice. Thank you for joining us.
And we've got Gracie in the studio.
Yay!
How have you been, Jax, in the last couple of weeks?
Yeah.
How's the literary scene?
Yeah, the literary scene's carrying on without me. No, because I'm doing my own thing, as you know. So
Break the mould.
Well, yeah, I have to not so much break the mould, but forget about the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
Just walk on by and do my own thing. So I'm still building my my miniature publishing house. I'm still building that, so I've got quite a few things lined up to go out, one after the other. So that will happen soon. Lots of different authors. We'll see what happens. So that's in the immediate future.
Because, I mean, obviously you brought your copies of your beautiful new book, Bonfire of the Narratives.
Yeah, Bonfire of the Narratives. I read something from there the other week. So, I'm still promoting that.
And where do people get it?
I don't even like saying it. Amazon. Don't hurt me. I'm just doing what I can. Yeah, it's on Amazon. So if you put Jackie Loy Brown in, and it will come up.
With a QI.
With a QI, JAQI.
Or
And-
you could search Portobello Novella.
That's also possible. Portobello Novella Press. And my stuff, even Jack Setter, if you just put that in the search, don't do it, all sorts comes up, because I've been at it for a long time. So,
And you can read about that in the 3 books that make up the Portobello Novella.
oh yeah, the original series, which is a series of short novels or novellas about the club scene, the dance scene. The protagonist in the first one, I don't like saying the title, but it's called DJ Whore. I'm changing it to DJ Who Are with an apostrophe in just the right spot. I don't know if it's going to go through or not, but it's currently being re-edited. And yes, so that one's about the emergence of a clubber who was not into house music or the rave scene, and then suddenly finds herself immersed in that scene, courtesy of a hairdresser. And it's all based around here, like Kensal Rise, Portobello, the hairdresser that used to be around the corner, 90210.
Oh,
It wasn't called that, was it? It had a series of numbers.
Was that not Miguel? No.
No,
Yeah, he was
no.
bass cuts too over there.
I think his name was Andrew from
Yes, it was Andrew,
Australia.
Yeah,
or
opposite
New
the Borough.
Zealand. Yeah, so I've used lots of hotspots around the area, so it's based in this area, rooted in this area. Subterranea, old school, gets some mention as well. So, and it's all misadventures with DJs and the whole scene of DJs and the ethos of DJs, the ego.
It's an ugly scene, isn't it?
It's very ugly.
The ethos of DJ. Just look around.
So that was the first one, and then the second one, I bring a character from each one into each of the trilogies, and the second one is called DJ Wags, Housewives of House, as in house music. So, and they're all married to DJs.
Oh yeah,
and it's
I know
about
that scene.
it's all the wives and girlfriends of these DJs, their life around the season, the DJ season.
Yeah,
Obviously
the Ibiza
Ibiza, opening parties, closing parties, and all that goes with
Miami
it.
and all that.
I didn't put Miami in.
No, right. That festival came later.
Yeah, it did, but
Yeah,
you know, for
sorry.
the time I'm covering. So, and then the last one is called Grandmother, G-A-R-A-M, as in grams of the naughty stuff. And she is an artist that lives in the area, and she meets another artist who's off to a Biennale in Venezuela. I don't know where it is.
Venice.
Venice. That's it, begin with V. And I did my research when I wrote it. And she's sort of a dealer, and an unexpected dealer.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to be the sort of person that would do. And she's got all these clients in the theatre, etc., etc. So it's all about her life. Her daughter, teenage daughter, who becomes friends with a character in the first series. And it all goes off. And that
It's
is
a
as
whole world.
much. It's a whole TV series, if you
Yeah.
ask me. Anyone
We
listening?
get a lot of people listening from Netflix, actually.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
your people call my people.
Yeah, we're at the Muse, full orderly queue outside the door. Talking about people who've had a right old time round here.
When you first left me, I was wanting more, but you were fucking that down next door. What'd you do that for? When you first left me, I didn't know what to say. I never been on my own that way, just sat by myself all day. I was so lost back then, but with a little help from my friends, I found a light in the tunnel at the end. Now you're calling me up on the phone, so you can have a little wine and a moan. It's only because you're feeling alone. At first, when I see you cry, it makes me smile. Yeah, it makes me smile.
Yeah, that of course is Lily Allen, once of these parts. Possibly, actually, she still has a flat in Trellick Tower, I'm pretty sure. Oh,
Who knew?
indeed. I did. Gracie, welcome to the show. We last saw you just after London Fashion Week.
Yes.
What's been going on?
Nothing much, really. Nothing much. I went to the Clash party. That was fun. Shout out to them. And then I went to Chili's. It was in Hackney. That was fun. Yeah, that's it, really.
It's all going on East, eh?
Yeah.
Bye-bye, Vicky.
What was the Clash celebrating?
Clash celebrating was just for individual artists. And it was just like the magazine, the fourth magazine. I think it's not the fourth. I think it's the 11th magazine. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay. I'm nosy, so I'm sure somebody else is asking.
Yeah.
Hi, Damien.
Jax, I didn't really mean to interview you. Just.
Oh, that's fine.
Just
It's fine. I'm happy to talk about, puff my own stuff.
Because you've come down to help us present the show because
I do love coming down.
ISIS is out there in East Africa, and we will have
on a mission.
We'll have a special report from ISIS at 6 p.m. when this show ends with the song, like the last one. We have also got just after 5. We have Olivia Morrison from the Travellers Partnership. Now the Travellers Partnership obviously represents Irish, Romany and Gypsy traveller people all over the UK, but they got commissioned by the Westway Trust to do a report about the marginalisation of our travellers here down Stable Way.
Yeah.
So she's coming on to talk about that and what life is like down there underneath the Westway.
I've been.
But it is home.
Yeah, I've been there. Do you know how I ended up there?
No?
I was learning to ride a bike. Well, not learning to ride, learning to do the road safety on a bike, one of the local schemes. And I rode around the area wondering, what's here, what's there? And I rode straight through the site because I couldn't stop.
Wait, no
and
brakes?
I couldn't coordinate myself. And the road was lumpy.
Yeah, it's pretty lumpy down
and there was a dog. I missed the fire, a dog, and a caravan. And I went, what? Hi, everyone. I felt like I rolled into a film set.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fine, but I just got out of there. So, but I felt like everyone was quite welcoming because I just came storming in. Like I wasn't the first one to do that.
No.
But I'm fascinated by the community down there.
No, they remain, even for our area in Notting Dale, they do remain very marginalised.
Is that through choice? I do see them in mixed fish and chip shop.
We can
in the summer.
We can ask.
Yeah.
Yes and no is the answer.
Yeah.
What they're really looking for is more space.
Yeah, I bet.
So she's coming on, Olivia Morrison, and then after that, around 5:30, I think, the Playground Theatre, which, as we have been highlighting all month, has been doing this show, this series called Women's Voices, a celebration, and she will be. Emily, I think, is a singer. Anyway, she's a performer in one of these shows, and she will be here.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. Here's a great one.
mama. In our life, with the great track pumping, everybody's jumping. Go ahead and twist your back and get your body bumping. I told you leave your situations at the door, so grab somebody and get your ass on the dance floor. Let's get it up on up, on up, on up in this dancery. We got y'all open, now you're floating, so you got to dance with me. Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it percolating while you're waiting, so just dance for me. Don't need no haters, y'all, we don't need no. Just trying to love one another. We just want y'all to have a good time. No more drama in your life. Work real hard to make a dime. If you got beef, your problem, not mine. We all got BS outside. We gonna celebrate all night. Got some fun tonight, no fights. Turn that rage back way up high. Making you dance all night, and I got some real heat for you this time. It doesn't matter if you're white or black. Let's get drunk 'cause Mary's back. Let's get drunk upon up in this dancery. We got y'all open, now you're floating, so you got to dance for me. Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it percolating while you're waiting, so just dance for me. Let's get it drunk upon up in this dancery. We got y'all open, now you're floating, so you got to dance for me. Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it percolating while you're waiting, so just dance for me. Let's get it drunk upon up in this dancery. We got y'all open, now you're floating, so you got to dance for me. Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it percolating while you're waiting, so just dance for me. Let's get it drunk upon up in this dancery. We got y'all open, now you're floating, so you got to dance for me. Don't need no hateration, holleration in this dancery. Let's get it percolating while you're waiting, so just dance for me.
Yeah, that of course is Mary J. Blige with
Mary
Family
J.
Affair. And we
Yeah,
like
man.
to think that Portobello Radio is a family affair.
Yes,
it is.
Certainly is, all the time.
Yeah.
And talking which, Sister Joy is on her way. She's
Oh,
just
brilliant.
round the corner. And she will be with us in a second.
Yeah.
Her lovely guests are already here, ready to chat.
Brilliant.
So
Sure.
that's something to look forward to in a second.
Yeah, man.
Our What's On section's been thin as you like, but it's thickening out.
Of course it
Well,
is. Springtime.
spring. Yes.
Yes.
Spring is
We
spring.
didn't even have any events to announce on Valentine's Day. It was a
Oh.
meager pickings.
Oh, do we actually need a day
I
to
think-
say I love you to someone?
We're over it now, I think.
We are.
Yeah.
We're
We're
well
over
over
it.
it.
There's bigger things going on, I think.
We're
You know
over
that.
love.
Yeah.
Tomorrow at the fire station, that is Saturday, 21st of March, there is a unifying North Ken event, free community event, organised by the London Fire Brigade.
Ooh.
And it's from 12 to 5, and it is in aid of blood kits. Is that...
Yeah, I think it...
Bleed
kits.
Bleed
kits.
kits, actually.
Yeah, a
Brilliant.
demonstration of how to use it and basic first aid training in case of the worst, as we know that can happen.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
speaking, as you know, I'm a trusted YAA, and they are very keen to get as many blood kits in accessible places as possible. I was with Zoe from Kids on the Green this
Of course.
week. She also, I think the
Is an advocate,
LFB have
she?
arranged for them to have one up where they are
Yeah.
in Latimer Road.
Sounds crazy.
Get on down there. There's lots on. There's free food. There's raffles. There's kids' activities. There's wellness stuff.
Do you reckon this is all going to be going off in the forecourt out in the front of the fire station
I've
up
no
on Abbott
idea.
Grove?
I don't know where they do it,
Is
but
that-
it's
Mm.
the fire. Is that? I know. I
I
mean, it's a
assumed it
fire
was
station, which is not too far.
Yeah, North
from,
End Fire Station.
Yeah.
Oh, well, they've got the bit round the back where they do the practicing. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Because I used to live overlooking that. You'd see them, spraying, this tower with water.
Amazing, absolutely amazing. How
Didn't-
lucky you
didn't-
were to have such a
Didn't
such a
learn
view.
much from that, did they?
Oh.
Anyway,
And they have got an account if anyone wants to donate funds to the thing, but I don't know if we're allowed to put that out, but
we'll probably have to talk to the legal department before we can
about
do
that. Okay, but get down there and obviously bring some funds if you can, what you can spare to help them bring awareness in the community, much needed for our young people.
The Social Justice Archive is having a couple of meetings at the library, North Kent Library. One is on Saturday between 12 and 3, and the other one is on the 24th, which must be Tuesday between 5:30 and 7:30, and it is your chance to put your 10p's worth in on what the Social Justice Archive should look like and how it should be approached.
Nice, good work, excellent.
Now,
Is that the last one?
I'm getting your disease, but there's Portobello Film Festival
Right.
are showing the Free Party film here
At
on
the
a
Muse
Saturday
Gallery,
night at
269,
about,
Portobello
but I
Road.
don't know if it's this Saturday or next Saturday, so
Okay,
that wasn't really terribly helpful.
that wasn't, but I'm glad to hear that Portobello Film Festival is rocking all year round by the sounds of things. I
It
tell you
feels
what,
like that. Yeah.
I got a ping from Dave on the Portobello Film Festival, where one of the crews, saying, I haven't been able to attach to your Wi-Fi in the office for a long time. What's gone on, and is there a plan for a replacement? Which I thought was very, very sweet. The truth of the matter was, after our bus journey 2 weeks ago, we left it in the back cupboard here at the Muse Gallery. It never actually got returned to our studio, so anybody who had the Wi-Fi password was never going to get in because it wasn't even on site. There you go.
Yeah.
Planets were acting up that day.
Yeah,
And you
yeah.
left Piers behind, right?
Oh,
the same-
yeah.
That's a lot so
That was
far.
hilarious.
I'm collecting errors on that trip now. Keep it going. It's an adventure
absolutely
and a half.
hilarious. I don't know how that happened either. Listen, for all the people that we could have left behind, we left Piers. Yeah, we left one of the stops at on the art gallery bus tour, and Piers was not on board.
Thursday is a big day if you're into community, because 10:15 in the morning, Portobello Radio and Urban Wise will be leading a tour of the community gardens around here. Zakia is actually going to present that show.
This sounds amazing. I love the idea of it. It's almost like having a sneak preview of the secret corners of Ladbroke
Apart
Grove.
from- You will get into the secret energy garden
Well, there you
behind
go.
Ladbroke Grove. You
Which
will get in.
Nobody knew that there was a secret garden behind Ladbroke Grove tube station, but there is. And you have got access to it.
They know
there.
because Callum was on this show only a couple of months ago.
Well, all right,
everyone
yeah.
knows.
Yeah, everyone knows. All right. Well, just a reminder in
there's
case you did.
I cut through there all the time.
There you go.
Yeah, and you have no idea that it's there.
I've seen like a box,
Mm.
like and the side of it. Oh, you mean across the way,
Yeah, no, there's
St.
a
Mark's.
huge garden. No, there's a huge garden underneath Ladbroke Grove Station.
underneath the
Yeah.
station?
Yeah, that's the secret
Oh,
garden.
that's why I just.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
secret.
You'd
That's
never
why-
even know.
Yeah, that's
You'd
why-
never
Can't
even-
wait. I need to know what day again. Right.
Monday.
No,
Ma-
Thursday.
Thursday,
This
right.
Thursday coming, right? And,
And
it's in the
then-
day.
Yeah, it starts at 10:15.
10:15.
And then we're going from the secret garden to the Museum of Brands, which also has an amazing garden.
I love
no
that
one
garden. I
knows.
spent last summer in that garden.
There you
That's
go.
on Lancaster Road, and was that not? Gosh, it was a lovely charity.
It was Terence Higgins.
Terence Higgins Trust.
It was
Yes,
a
it
lighthouse
was,
for a
yes,
long
that's
time.
right.
Yeah.
Then we are going down to the old territorial support group headquarters on Stoneleigh Street, where Henry Dickens, the estate down there, has a community
you.
garden.
Yeah.
We're going on to the North Kent Resource Centre,
Brilliant.
where we're going to have lunch with the rest of our fellow residents of Lancaster West.
Lovely. That's
So you don't have to be a resident of Lancaster West to come on this walk.
yeah.
And then we're going to be introduced to the tea garden by Robert.
Robert Perino,
Robert.
who runs the tea garden there at the community centre.
Yeah,
That's the walkways just behind Grenfell Tower, right?
that's correct, at the bottom of. And talking of the gardens in Lancaster West, there used to be a garden that was curated before Robert was hired to be the garden. There was a garden curated by Stuart. Stuart, an old alcoholic Scotsman. There's no two ways around it.
Brilliant.
I knew one of them. Go
Yeah.
on. Yeah.
He had an amazing
Stuart.
story because he had been homeless.
Yeah.
and he'd been taken in by St Mungo's. St
Yeah.
Mungo's is on Whitchurch Street there, opposite Baseline, opposite the Tea Garden.
Cool.
And he was taken in and eventually kind of rehabilitated to the point he got a flat on Lanc West, and he built this amazing garden out of odds and ends, which is it's the first of the finger gardens.
Yeah.
So anyway, he unfortunately passed away a couple of weeks ago.
No, rest his
So
soul.
invested.
God rest his soul.
Oh.
Another thing we got this week, and then in the evening, he goes to Canalside Community Evening, run by Kayak. Kayak were on this show a little while ago, and that you can get in a kayak and go on the canal and have a right old time.
Amazing. Now,
And
is
that's
that not
4:30.
under? Sorry, go on.
That's
4:30.
Canalside.
And that is Canalside, so that's under threat as well, isn't it? That little bit.
Everything's
there?
under threat.
Everything's
Yeah.
under threat.
Yeah.
So yeah, this might be your
Canalside.
last opportunity to get you all the kids into a kayak on the canal up here in North Kensington.
At the back
This
of
is-
Sainsbury's, in case you haven't noticed.
You are amazing.
Well,
It was.
sometimes you can live here and not know where anything is.
Absolutely, absolutely, yeah, man, yeah. So up
Yeah.
the top of Ladbroke Grove behind Sainsbury's, there
Yeah,
is
it's a lovely little walkway.
little walkway. Exactly.
We've also got this weekend the Queen's Park International Film Festival
Oh,
at
nice.
St Jude's Community Hall.
Brilliant.
I think tomorrow night they're showing a South African film. I think a South African film that ISIS once put on at the bottom of Trellick as part of her Festival of Dissent film season.
Wow.
There's a Love's Kitchen. Emmanuel is Emmanuel at Love's Kitchen, isn't it? Anyway, yes. He has a wellness walk at 11 to 12 every Monday,
Right.
and then you can pop into Love's Kitchen afterwards.
Amazing.
Love's Kitchen.
And there's lots going on. We've got a Nottingham Literary Festival coming in May.
Oh, what, Notting Hill Literary Festival.
Yeah.
I like this.
Has
And is
there ever been one?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Who's organising it? Any
Yeah.
ideas?
It's the Poshos, I'm afraid.
Yeah, no,
The
good,
Poshos?
good. Well, as long as they promote
Infiltrate.
the books that we sell on Portobello Radio's website, then we love it.
Yeah, and I'm, I sell books. I've got to get a foot in there.
Yeah.
Right,
You've
right.
got to have sharp
Homework.
elbows. Sharp elbows at this table,
Yeah,
young
and a
lady.
nose. Yeah, right.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna have a nose.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Right.
Joy's turned up, man.
Joy's-
Yay!
So I need to get out the hot seat and let the real professionals take over.
Yes,
so
sis.
any
So,
chance
yeah,
of a tune?
I'm going to play the tune that sitting pretty much exactly where I am.
Yeah.
Jeremy Corbyn once told us
Oh yeah.
that this is one of his favourite songs.
Oh, sounds a bit revolutionary. I like it.
Sick and tired of being lied to. Getting kind of bored of being ignored. Can't find the tribe that you belong to. Well, my friend, you are not alone. I ain't tired of begging for some answers. I ain't scared you won't make it out alive.
Have you got a mic there? Great. You're all good. I
I hope so.
Yeah, I think you're straight in.
Am I on? Am I on?
Straight in. Joy, welcome to the show. You're going to tell us a little bit about what you've been doing and
I'm
your
going to.
ventures in the arts in a minute.
Yeah.
But you just, what did you just tell me about Emily Sandé?
So, I think it was before COVID, well before COVID, I think probably between, 7 and 10 years ago. Emily Sandé did a lovely concert at the Tabernacle, which is obviously, as you do know, is based in Ladbroke Grove.
And, of course, the song we played before that, Lily Allen played a showcase at the Tabernacle.
She did. So the Tabernacle...
Yeah. It's a pity you can't have a gig there. I saw Lee Scratch Perry there.
we all went.
Yeah.
It was an amazing day.
Right.
Because people suddenly, the tickets had been on sale for about 3 weeks. Then suddenly, about lunchtime on the day, people realised Scratch was in town.
There you go.
And you could feel the energy in the whole neighbourhood.
Right. So I think the same happened for the Emily Sunday. I was downstairs in the bar with my friends having a drink when that all went on. It was a buzzy atmosphere. It's one of the... I would say that the Tabernacle right now is the unsung music venue. We talk about smaller music venues like Ronnie Scott's. We talk about sort of Bijou, Bush Hall.
Yeah, yes.
But we need to sing the praises of
the Tab.
The Tab.
Swinging down. And we had...
and swinging down.
We had Mike,
all the time.
We had Mike, who's the linchpin of the Monday and the Tuesday bands, playing as part of the Rum Band in the studio last week.
Oh, lovely. Yeah.
And, they're amazing musicians.
Right. So
you brought some guests.
I have. I'm going to go from music to art, and probably back from art back to music again. So Jax, as I was saying to her, this is Yuri.
Hi, Yuri.
And Yuri today has brought her artist in residence, and her name is Desiree.
Yes, Desiree. Nice to meet you.
And in the spirit of the International Women's Month,
absolutely,
I am not spinning it out, I'm spinning it in.
Yes.
I love it.
So, they are obviously, Yuri runs an organisation called Generate. Now, Generate is a dyslexic and well-being friendly training organisation. It's a CIC, which is really important, so it's community all the way. She's done work in this borough and lots of work, and continues to do lots of work in the dyslexic community in Hammersmith and Fulham. But it's really important because I always go off and see things that are in museums, art venues. Well, we don't really talk about the neurodivergent community in all of this. And here's a woman who's doing that. So she's going to talk a little bit about her next event coming up in April.
Hey,
yes.
welcome.
Thank you so much for having us on. It's fantastic. And just a little caveat, 40% of creatives are dyslexic and 40% of entrepreneurs are dyslexic. And so we think it's really important to have creativity in the house, this playful attitude. And Desiree Jordan, our artist in residence, will tell you more about that in a moment, and what the amazing things she's been doing with the Royal College of Art and an amazing organisation called RENA Initiative that also do brilliant stuff locally with women as well. And we've got an amazing piece of free training. We got supported by Hammersmith and Fulham Council, so they're really beginning to lean in, which is lovely. So we're calling you all into that space. It's free. It's at the Invention Rooms on the 16th of April.
That's the Imperial College Rooms up there at White City.
Yes, on Wood Lane, and it's on the 16th, and it's the evening this time. We're doing it from 5:30 to 8:30, and what you'll learn how to harness neurodivergent talent. Like myself, I'm dyslexic, so is my daughter. And it's about really making spaces neurodivergent friendly. It's a win-win. It's not rocket science. It's a real easy win. We were at Imperial earlier this week, weren't we, talking about to somebody, and they were like, "Oh, this is so simple. Why isn't everybody doing it?" And I was like, it's a good question. So we'd like to do a piece of research around that as well. Why isn't everybody dyslexic and well-being friendly in their communication and in their environment? So whoever you are, whether you're in health, whether you're in education, whether you're in business, whether you're one of those community activists like we are, come along and shake things up with us. I'm going to hand over to Desiree, our amazing artist in residence that's definitely shaking things up. Desiree.
Okay, thank
Welcome,
you.
Desiree.
Thank you. Well, I suppose in terms of shaking things up, a little while ago, Yuri and I were having a conversation about life, the universe, and then some. And it struck me that we don't play enough. Adults actually don't play. We don't get to play, and we don't do the important thing. And people think that playing is just about messing about, and it's not. It's often the thought process. And one of the things I found about dyslexia is how you have different avenues and different channels to get into where you get to with things. So sometimes it might be doodling, it might be, drawing, it might be creating something, all at the same time. You're creating things, you're doing things, and that's one of the things I feel really strongly about with art. I've worked for years and years with SEN adults, so I suppose I'm used to looking at things every which way and how, because no 2 days are the same and things present differently. My normal isn't your normal, and I think that's something that's really important that people hold or learn, that you may well be related, but you're not going to be the same as your brother or sister. You are an individual and you're unique. So yeah, the artworks that we've been doing, as Yuri said, we were at the RCA this week and doing a little bit of research with some researchers, and that was interesting. So that's another element of things that we do. And as you were saying, it was quite interesting sort of seeing how people took things. So visually, I like to have visual representations of things. It's giving everybody access.
It is. Can I just ask Jax what she kind of thinks about that, coming from a music perspective, art perspective?
Yeah, I'm sort of multidisciplined.
Yeah.
And undisciplined at the same time, I would say.
I think that's
Guerrilla tactics,
Yeah.
I like to put in my keywords when it comes to my work.
Yeah.
But I think my mindset was from taken from a book called The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. It's very famous, yeah. But I did it in the 90s, a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
And it gave me permission to be creative, just to be what I want to do, just do it. I don't ask any questions, I don't ask any permission, and to accept that creativity wherever it comes from. It's you're being ungrateful not to release what you've been given, and not to take childhood trauma or teachers' advice or family advice saying, why are you doing this, you shouldn't do that, or this is what you do, following all these narratives that I set bonfires to. As I've written in the book, I'm a firm believer in that. That you do you. You're you, and the moment you put pen, photographs, words into motion, that's just you. Nobody knows what you're going to do, and that's the way it should be, and it should be celebrated. We're all creatives.
You just made a reference to your book, and we're going to go back to Desiree. She's going to go back to talking about the actual things that they did visually. So what was your reference?
I've written a book, poetry, another collection called Bonfire of the Narratives, and in it I address various negative narratives that we're all living with, and everyone's using the word narrative. And I've decided to set bonfire to it. I can see that's what you're doing. It's saying, come on, every time we do anything to give information, why we're not taking into account the neurodivergent and dyslexic immediately as part of the course. That's what you're trying to say. And there's lots of things in this world that isn't quite right, is it? And there's so many of us, and it's so complex. And yet only like a tiny amount is covered to fit everyone in. We want everyone, it's inclusive. And so this poetry is sort of setting fire to all those negative narratives. We start from scratch, reset.
Definitely
Reset.
One of the other things that we've been doing is looking at something called seen and unseen. And it struck us that, dyslexia, do you see it? How do you see it? But it's often women as well, that you are seen in a certain way. It's the unseen. It's the talents you have or the things that you experience. Those are unseen, but they're part of who you are, and it's part of your picture.
Absolutely.
And from that, we're working towards the idea of an exhibition, maybe using all of the different elements of creativity, depending on how people want to express. So
the Desiree's going to be leading the intro into the training, and that's going to be a little provocation as you enter to get you in the mood. So often you enter a space and you're a bit like, I don't know anybody, or at least I am, and we just want it to be a real smooth, friendly entry. So put pen to paper, write your thoughts down, and list.
Make your mark is my big feeling about this.
Absolutely.
I'm all about that. I love it.
Mark making's really important. It's not necessarily what you've written, or if it's a complete sentence, or if it's a picture that you think, I'm going to put that on the wall. It's not about that. It's about making your mark.
Yeah.
Putting that bit of you.
Yeah, and what we would say is unconventional actually is conventional.
Oh yeah,
it's innate. Everybody's doing
Thank
it.
you.
It's just that we've been untrained, and we've got to unlearn that. Actually, we've been a bit brainwashed to do things in a certain way.
Yeah,
and actually, diversity brings huge strength.
Massive
without
ones.
it, the world would be so small and so boring.
Yes, exactly. You need to add the colour and innovation.
Yeah.
Because if you're all individual and throwing things out there, you're inspiring all the time, and then it's a ripple effect. You inspire someone, somebody's inspired, and no matter how much you think you're not inspiring someone, you are. In some small way, so just start.
And one of the provocations Desiree started us off with this year, we went with Rena Initiative and we did some butterflies. And Desiree was like, this is the year of our evolution. So that's all part of that, isn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely part of the changes that are going through life at the moment. And I think that's the thing, we forget we all evolve, that, it's not a set road and that you think you've reached your destination. You're more than just a destination, you're a journey.
Yeah. And what about the materials you use?
It can be varied, so anything from, sometimes it's recycled, sometimes it's paint. Personally, as an artist, I like working with paint, and I do lots of papier-mâché as well.
She's a sculptor, an animal sculptor. We love it.
Fantastic, yeah.
I love sort of creating creatures and things like that. So at the moment I'm working on a pangolin, and I'm not quite sure what direction he's going in, but he's definitely got personality.
He's on a journey.
He's definitely on a journey.
So is papier-mâché still, last time I did it, I had little hands. Is it still paper soaked in water?
Now, you see, this is the interesting thing. I remember the trauma of papier-mâché at school.
Yeah, school and the balloon.
And and the sort of badly made up paper and flour, and it smelled awful, and it took weeks to dry. No, so I don't teach it that way.
I really don't know.
No, it's one of those things that, one of the things that's really important as well is about textures, how it feels. If it doesn't feel good, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
So, I use PVA and water, A, because it dries quicker, and B, you can just really get into it and mould it and do things. There's so many different ways of doing it.
And newspapers and magazines cut up. Yeah, okay.
And cardboard and because it's all about texture. You can use fabric as well. So it's fun.
Fabric.
I know.
I'm in.
Yeah.
She's off.
And I'm crafty as well.
Texture.
Very crafty.
But it's lovely to have that.
And everybody who comes will be given an opportunity to choose what you know, the texture or the type of pencil or pen that they want to use. So there's a variety, because we know, like us, we're diverse.
Yeah.
So we're really into, and the invention rooms and Imperial
They
are really
are
nice. They've got some stuff as
unbelievably
well.
supportive,
And
which
the
is good.
RCA have donated some good quality paper.
Yeah.
I've been told it's very
the posh
important.
That's the Royal College of Art.
Yeah.
But whether it's
Also in White City.
Whether it's a Royal College of Art or not, I am a real stickler for having good quality paper, even with your children. You know, there can't be anything worse than creating something that may be the thing that just carries you through life. And if it's on a horrible little bit of paper, it's grim.
Does decoupage lend itself to the same art?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love that.
There
for
are
a
no
little while.
rules.
Yeah.
There are no rules, and the thing that's important with what we do, it's about play, it's about, I hate saying problem solving because it's not about problems, it's about working that out and having a safe space in which to do the things that you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't see myself as teaching art. I would say I try and enable people to get to where they want to go to.
Yeah, totally all about that.
Yeah, I mean that's, we're so aligned, and I think that's why we work so closely together. Actually, you know, Desiree is both artist and provocateur. You know, she's really pushing us in a real positive and inspirational direction, and it's really important to be able to allow people to understand what a strength-based approach is, what a growth mindset looks and feels like, because when you're in the room it's magical.
Yeah.
It's really, it's just, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
All my hairs are standing up on my head now.
Oh, yeah. It's nice to be silly with other like-minded people who are thinking, "Oh my God, what am I doing?" And then somebody else is thinking the same thing, and you're all laughing at your work as you're doing it, and going, "Oh my goodness, what am I doing?" And that community, that sense of community, is actually where the joy is.
That was us playing with the butterflies,
That
wasn't
was
it?
true.
We were like, I don't know whether that's a wing or not. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but you're giggling and
Yes.
laughing. That's so much good for the soul and good for creativity.
But also just being supported and inspired.
Yes,
to try
exactly.
something, or you know, sometimes it's nice to work on a piece with someone else that you don't even know.
Yes, my point.
Which
Exactly
is
that.
There you go. Let's have a tune, and then Jax, would you read a poem, and we'll see how everyone reacts to it.
Okay, I'll dig one out.
Love that. Thank you.
Baby, you understand me now. If sometimes you see that I'm mad, don't you know no one alive can always be an angel? When everything goes wrong, you see some bad. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. You know, sometimes, baby, I'm so carefree, with a joy that's hard to hide. And then sometimes again it seems that all I have is worry. And then you're bound to see my other side. But I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. I seem edgy, I want you to know I never mean to take it out on you. Life has its problems, and I get more than my share, but that's one thing I never mean to do, 'cause I love you. Oh, baby, I'm just human. Don't you know I have faults like anyone? Sometimes I find myself alone regretting some little foolish thing, some simple simple thing that I have done. 'Cause I'm just a soul whose intentions are good. Oh Lord, please don't let me be misunderstood. Don't let me be misunderstood. I try so hard, so please don't let me be misunderstood.
Yeah, that of course is the peerless Nina Simone with Don't Let Me Be Misunderstood.
Fantastic track.
We are here with Yuri and Desiree from Generate. Hi.
Hi, I've got to do a shout out to the person that I'm co-delivering with. So we got 4 people in the house for the first time. So I'm delivering with a fantastic wellbeing coach called Tyler from Loving Life. And then Desiree will be starting us off. And then we've got an amazing Shandia who's doing some stress relief dominoes that she's handmade.
Really? We're going to hear about that another time.
Yeah, definitely.
Come back and talk.
So, Desiree, you want to quickly talk about the Tabernacle?
You were bringing back memories. It's got to be over 30 years ago now, so...
You don't look old enough.
We're definitely old enough. But I had my first ever exhibition at the Tabernacle, and it was one of the most extraordinary things I've ever done. It was such a wonderful mishmash and so Portobello, it was hilarious. There was a notice in an art shop in Hammersmith, and it said, call out for artists. And I'd sort of been toying with the idea of maybe exhibiting and not quite sure how to do it. And for some reason I thought, I'll do it. And I met a wonderful lady called Mary McGowan, who's a bit of a legend. And she invited me along, and it was a shared show. So there were 3 artists who'd never met each other. And so she had the guest list, she had the people, and said, right, I want your art on the walls. And what she did was she taught me an awful lot. And through the beauty of being the area, we got to do things like the summer that we were there, all of the artists that had taken part in the show then went on to do a series of sort of live art in the Tabernacle for the kids in the community, and we built a city, and they went round and they collected things and did stuff. So there was this wonderful sense of community in the space. And then I went on and had another exhibition there afterwards by myself, which was great. Slightly scary, but really amazing. But such a special place. I mean, you were talking about Emily Sandé being there. It was just sort of, back then even, it was such a place of people just, someone was going off and having a coffee or a bowl of soup, and you'd think, I don't know why I know that person. And then you'd realise it was someone that you'd just been listening to, or someone that just come into town to record something, or, at my exhibition, I think George Melly turned up, and I remember thinking, oh my goodness, and talking, and to him about art and what he was doing. And it was just as normal as breathing. And that's what's always been special about the space. So, yeah. Long may it last.
It's a holy place. It really is.
Really is.
Yeah.
We need a testimonial.
Oh, you've been nosy,
Yeah, I've been looking over your shoulder. I spent 30 years in advertising without being turned upside down.
Oh, were you in advertising? Oh dear, don't read this book. Thanks for that. It's really fascinating to hear the history of the Tabernacle. I've got a few tales of my own for another day.
Another book.
So I'm going to read a piece this time. Let me outline it. It's about, because it's International Women's Year, all year, 365, 24/7.
Absolutely.
This one is called Testimonial, and it's spelt Testi, and then Monial, Moanial. Obviously, because it's poetry, you'd see it, you'd get the play on words. Anyway, here it goes. How many times? Don't ask me about my love life. Expect me to explain why I don't give a damn about a man. No, Adam, believe it. I'm over it. Negotiating where we go, what we do, what we like, all that compromising leads to conflict. When the egos have landed, up flares disrespect and insults. Having to make superficial efforts, paint my nails, fix my hair, bring out the good underwear, extra makeup, extra strong mint, extra everything stint, and all because I'm dating? When picking a tiny moment, time off away from his life, his work-filled diary, his sports, his ex, his kids, his parents, and their friends. A chore and a bore. I can't ignore anymore. No, I ain't seeing no one, not seeking to fit into a life. A baseless love, merely straw clutching, clock watching, phone stalking, crossfire yearning for reliability and kindness, reliability, decisiveness. No, ain't gonna settle, as many often do. I'm over that testosterone. This is my testimonial. Moaning is my happier state. I said it. Don't ask me about it. There's an underrated warmth in one's own company. Only wish there was more than one of me. Thank you. So, yeah, for all you women out there doing your thing, just do your thing, be you. Yes, Queen. All the queens out there, just do your thing.
Yes, that was beautiful. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
James. Do you do much spoken word at the at Generate? What's the event called? Is it called Generate at the Invention Rooms?
So it's dyslexic and well-being friendly, yeah. And we'll Generate with an 8. So GENER8. TE.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, we love poetry. Poetry is a really... I did poetry at school. I had extra English because I was a bit stupid, so they said. But actually, it's neurodivergence. We're incredibly intelligent, but we need our own way of expressing ourselves, and that's the space that we provide. And yeah, poetry is an absolute shortcut, and boy do I love it being read to me. So yeah, Desiree was saying that earlier about having things read to you, because then it's much more accessible.
But also a shared experience then.
Totally. I mean, you're giving me ideas if I was going to run a workshop for everyone, inclusive. I mean, I do this now, where I suggest people start at the bottom of the page.
Yeah.
Start on the right-hand side of the page. Write the word, the spelling, the way you want to spell it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's still you and your communication and using your tools.
Yeah, our brother Benjamin, who's now passed, Benjamin Zephaniah, an amazing dyslexic.
Yeah.
And yeah, he held no prisoners. He made it his own, and it really, I saw him live in Harrow, and it was just so inspiring.
Yeah, he was my inspiration.
Was he at Tabernacle as well? Probably.
Probably at some
point.
He must
have turned up at one point.
Yeah. Bless.
Yeah.
But there's, I mean, also things like Lem Sisse is another
Oh
person
yeah, Lem
that is
Sisse,
extraordinary. Just listening to him talking about life and other things.
Strength of that man.
Yeah.
Yeah. My favourite.
We've got a comedian in the house as part of the Generate Collective, Josie, which is Autism Mama. Yeah, she's going to be recording her year's
Josie
show.
will come on the next show.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
With Desiree and Yuri, because
lovely.
We're looking at the broad spectrum in an artistic point of view, POV.
Yeah.
Art, comedy, music, poetry, poets, scientists.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's why the invention rooms are really important, and Emma will talk a little bit more about that when she next comes again in about a month's time.
Right.
No, we love Imperial College. We're in the middle of making Series 4 of Great Exchanges, which is a show we do in the lead up to the Great Exhibition Road Festival.
Oh, wonderful.
Where we put together a research scientist from Imperial with, on the other hand, a member of the community who's got lived experience, and they have conversations about, gut health. We've done sleep, we've done plastic pollution. So that's something to look forward to. And we will, of course, be on stage at the Great Exhibition Road Festival once again, 6th and 7th of June, presenting the main stage outside Imperial College, in fact.
Fantastic. We'll see you there.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
How do we follow you on socials? And
We're on LinkedIn, basically, but Desiree's, her art is on Insta.
Insta Daisy Ray Art. That's DAISYRAY. There I lost my spelling ability.
Yeah. It's been a long day.
It has been a long day. I was teaching this afternoon, so my brain's a bit fried.
Toulouse will get it from you.
Yeah, fantastic.
Good. Thank you so much for coming in to see us.
Pleasure.
Well done for all of what you're doing, and looking forward to your event. The invention rooms are fantastic. I've been on a tour of the invention rooms.
Yeah, they're a bit beautiful, aren't
Yeah.
they? It's a really, we're both agents of change, so there's a phenomenal women's leadership group that comes out of there.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I remember when they launched that, yeah.
I've just
Yeah,
graduated.
Graduate.
Get on with an 8.
No.
Yes.
With a 9 and a 10.
We should do that, shouldn't we? We're going to do that now. We're going to steal your idea.
It's all
Absolutely.
yours.
Thanks.
It's all yours. Thank you so much for coming on.
Appreciate you.
I can't quite decide whether to play Lola Young or Natasha Atlas. I think we go Natasha Atlas because this video was made in George's Fish Bar.
Oh, I miss George's Fish Bar. I really do.
Yeah, that one finished quick, but that is Natasha Atlas, Kidder. And we'd like to thank Generate, who are just leaving, and we hope to see them again soon. Jax, thank you so much for stepping in.
Oh, you're welcome. Anytime.
Yeah. Because Amber, welcome Amber.
Yay.
Hello.
Amber's in.
Amber in the house.
Yeah, you're in the house.
Yeah, go Amber, go. Get it?
I do.
How about somebody else said that joke?
I've had that
Oh,
joke.
no.
It's about 3 days old, but never gets old.
It's like tall people. What's the way they like up there? You know.
Yes, that one. Every single time. Or you missed a bit if you're a painter decorator.
Yeah.
So they're just classics, but they're classics for a reason.
Oh,
don't
no,
worry.
I hate myself.
They bring people together in life.
Right.
It's true. Right, so I'm going to be off in a sec.
Thank you.
We're just handing over to the beautiful Amber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amber Joy.
Nice to be here.
So, Joy, before you go, have you been? We haven't seen you on the art scene.
I've been to a few places.
What have you got any recommendations for people at the moment?
have.
Anything that's about to finish?
I have. So, if you go to the Tate Modern right now, with the Tate Modern, Tate Britain, but you've got the Tracy Emin show
Emin,
that's
yeah.
on,
Tate
and you can get community tickets.
Oh, can you?
People?
How do you do that?
Well, you have to apply to someone, but they'll get tickets for your community.
Oh, right.
Also, we've been to see an artist's work called, I always say Ronald Moody, and do I get it right? Or
Ron Moody, wasn't he in Oliver?
no, no, not that Ron Moody, actually. So, basically, there's a wonderful artist who was a contemporary of Henry Moore and Barbara Hepworth.
Oh.
He came from Jamaica. His brother was a doctor here in the 40s and the 50s, and he sculpts in wood. So there's two of his pieces are actually at a display in the Tate Modern right now. So go and have a look at that work, because he had a large exhibition outside of London last year. I can't remember where, so I went to see that. I haven't been to see the Tracy Emin yet. We are trying to organise some kind of community visit for the communities of this area, and when we do that, we'll come and then we'll let you know.
Yeah, we'll have a
because
day
what
out.
we really want is, and I'm working on it, what I've been working on is yes, I can go out and be the reporter at large, but the more of our community go out and see the art, I want to come back and hear what they want to say about it, their reaction. So when we do this, they're going to come back and they're going to review it and tell you all about it, especially the Tracy Emin, because I think that's quite interesting. We were talking about the Royal College of Art earlier on, which is where she went, because she was a contemporary of
Damien.
Ron Best.
Oh, that one.
And you know Ron.
Yeah. No, Damien went to Goldsmiths.
Did he?
Yeah, but yeah.
But they're around the same
contemporary of our
time.
local artist, Ronald Best.
Yeah.
So he might say
The
something.
leader of the team.
The leader of the team. So that I went to see. That was really good. Quite interesting. I've also, what else did I go and see? I'm just trying to think.
Just talk about the Tate Modern, because I was there a couple of weeks ago for the Nigerian modernism
Yes,
thing,
I went to see that. We went to see that.
which predated, I think, the Tracy Emin.
It has.
Yeah,
it
it's
did.
been on for a while.
I think that one might be over now, but
Yeah.
it's we went to that. My wife's, she's a member because she goes all the time.
Right.
So we went to that, but just the free bits are all buzzing there. There's so many people there, and it's it's quite a vibe.
Yeah. So that's really important to stress that you can get on a bus, you can get on the train, and you can go to the Tate Modern, and there are so many free art exhibitions, but also not just exhibitions, things that are happening, things that you can do.
Yeah, it's a vibe down there.
Yeah,
Interaction.
Yeah, there's lots of interaction going on. There's things that you can do. Not everybody likes to talk, I have to say, but if you're up for going for a free talk, that's also good if you like a talk. And now and again they will do free workshops. So look out for those things, because it's not just about the money, so to speak. It's about you getting involved. And if you can't get involved through a lack of money, I'm going to say it, then you're you know, I kind of feel like you're missing out, and you shouldn't be if you want to be. So if you want to be involved and you want to get there, know that it's a minimal cost to you. And
they're good with
That's
kids
quite
and all
good
that
that
sort of
they
thing, aren't
do-
they?
they
There's
do-
loads of kids things on a Saturday.
Yeah, you've got your paid exhibitions, you've got your free exhibitions, and you can, I mean, I sometimes just go down there without having any clue what's on, because I think if I don't like it, I'll just go and have a coffee by the river.
Lovely.
Like it's a vibe down there, even if the exhibition is pants.
Yeah, I think
You
that,
know.
yeah. So often people feel a bit trapped in the spaces that they lived in. They
Yeah.
live in. So if you want to venture out, if you can, and we were talking about people who knew diversion earlier on, if you can, and it's not too much for you, go. But if it is a lot for you, but you do want to go, try and find some like-minded people to go with. I think that's
Yes.
really important.
ISIS,
we'll be-
no. Sorry, go on.
It's okay. At some point in the year, I'll be talking to the Tate about their newer diversion policy and all the rest of it. And exhibitions, they do have some museums have these audio things and spaces, times when you can go at a quieter time. So if you don't know about that, you can find out about that online.
And you can get headphones, can't you, and
That's
walk
right,
around
yeah.
so that
And
you're
that's
in your own
really-
little world. You've
really
still got the
important to know.
info.
Brilliant.
So
Yeah.
Tate.org, I think, is
It
the
is.
website.
Tate.org.
Joy, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Piers, Greggs, Iona, Toulouse, and
Olivia
Olivia,
Morris,
who's going to be
she's
coming. Olivia Morris is going to be coming on. Thank you so much, Jax. And
you're welcome, Joy.
my sister Amber, you're all sisters and
Yeah, we
brothers to
are
me. Thank
in the
you,
house.
Piers. I shall see you soon. My next talk will be next
Saturday, Friday.
next Friday, and I'll be bringing in Joanna Lai, who does walks.
Great.
History walks, and she's done quite a few history walks in this borough. Quite interesting.
Did one with her last year.
Great.
Yeah.
If you're around, pop in and come and talk to, come and catch up with her. Anyone
Yeah.
can, if
It's
you're around.
great.
Yeah. So that'll be something quite interesting to look at as well. Not just talking, but walking.
Yeah.
As an artist.
Not everyone can do the two at the same time.
No, they can't.
Don't throw in chewing gum.
Don't be late.
Oh, thank you, Joy.
All right.
Thank
Bye,
you, Jack.
You're welcome.
All the best.
Happy weekend, everyone.
Good weekend.
Here's Pussy Riot.
What do you want your world to look like? What do you want it to be? Do you know that the wall has two sides and nobody is free? Did your mama come from Mexico? Papa come from Palestine? Sneaking all through Syria, crossing all the borderlines. Let other people in. Listen to your women. Stop killing black children. Let other people in. Listen to your women. Stop killing black children. Make America great again. Could you imagine a politician calling a woman a dog? Do you wanna stay in the kitchen? Is that where you belong? How do you picture the perfect leader? Who do you want him to be? Has he promoted the use of torture and killing families? Did your mama come from Mexico? Papa come from Palestine? Sneaking all through Syria, crossing all the borderlines. Let other people in. Listen to your women. Stop killing black children. Make America great again. Let other people in. Listen to your women. Stop killing black children. Make America great again. Did your mama come from Mexico? Papa come from Palestine? Sneaking all through Syria, crossing all the borderlines. the people in. Listen to your women. Stop killing black children. Make America great again. Let other people in. Listen to your women. Stop killing black children. Make America great again. Da-dum, da-dum, da-da-da-da-da. Da-dum, da-dum, da-da-da-da-da. Da-dum, da-dum, da-da-da-da-da. Da-dum, da-dum, make America great again. Da-dum, da-dum, da-da-da-da-da. Da-dum, da-dum, da-da-da-da. Da-dum, da-dum, da-da-da-da. Da-dum, da-dum, ba-ba.
Yes, that is Pussy Riot. You don't hear so much from them nowadays, but boy, were they activists back in the day. I think they're mainly.
Didn't I hear recently that there was that they were up for the death penalty or some?
What if they went back to Russia?
Yeah. Some craziness.
Sent to the front line, whatever. We are delighted to welcome to the Muse Olivia Morrison. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Olivia, you're from the Traveller Movement, and I met your colleague, I think, Phil Regan, last year at a fantastic concert at the ICC, put on, I think, by yourselves.
That's right, yeah.
Sarah Dunn sang
Yes,
there,
yes,
the
she did.
daughter of the legendary Pekka Dunn. But the Traveller Movement also does sort of serious work as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
Tell us a tiny bit about the Traveller Movement.
Yep, so the Traveller Movement is a national organisation, but we're based in Stockwell in London. We work with Romany Gypsy, Roma and Irish traveller communities, so 3 kind of distinct ethnic communities. And we're a really small organisation, but we do a lot. So we kind of have a policy element to our work. So we do a lot around kind of criminal justice, education, health and wellbeing. And then we also have kind of a partnerships element as well. So we do a lot of work, particularly around kind of women's work, so domestic abuse, women's projects, Gypsy Roma Traveller History Month, mental health. Yeah, the list goes on.
Yeah, wow, good work. And you have partnered up with our old mates, the Westway Trust.
Right.
Tell us about how that came to pass.
Yep, so I'd actually been working with a colleague from Westway for some time, just kind of down on Stableway's site, and she actually kind of let me know that the Westway Trust were launching a grants programme, which I believe is called the Transformation Grants Programme. And so we applied and were successful. And that meant that we could deliver a great project, which is kind of multifaceted, but includes kind of the report that I know that we'll kind of go on to talk about, but also we were able to kind of develop a film with the residents of Stableway as well, and then we've also done a lot of other bits and pieces as well as part of that project.
So, sorry to interrupt. So Stableway is down the road here under the Westway.
It's under the Westway.
Community that's been there for some years, isn't
That's
it?
right. So the Irish traveller community. It's living on that site under the Westway. I believe that family has been there since the 1970s, but before then there were Irish travellers and Romany Gypsies in the area, probably since about the 1800s.
Okay.
Yeah,
in that same spot?
Yeah, thereabouts, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think Mary Place actually.
Should have squatters' rights by now.
Mary Place, I think, because I am quite relatively versed in the history of Nottingham. Mary Place is where was the original travellers' meeting place, and they used to come I don't know whether they come in the summer or the winter actually, but
yeah, probably the winter. So generally speaking, so I'm a Romany Gypsy heritage myself, but my family would come into London for the winter, and then for the summer months would kind of travel out to Kent and Surrey for sort of farm work and things like that.
What's life like down there? I mean, that's obviously what your report looked at. I mean, set the scene for people who may be living abroad and don't know. It's at the end of the Westway Trust land. It's a kind of a windy potholed lane, and it leads underneath the Westway past our old mate Luke's yard, car breaker's yard. It's urban, isn't it, to say the least?
Yes, I mean it's definitely in the middle of everything. A lot of residents have kind of said that they feel like they're in a constant sort of fishbowl. You have kind of construction workers being able to kind of look into people's sort of chalets all the time, and there's not a lot of privacy. There is a lot of overcrowding on the site, and the noise and
I was going to say the traffic from the Westway must be deafening.
Yeah, it depends kind of which part of the site that you're at, but some parts are really noisy, and some residents really do struggle to sleep.
And pollution?
Yes. So a lot of the residents we spoke to as part of this report and part of the film that we developed as well did sort of have complaints about asthma and bronchitis, and these are things that we know are more prevalent, particularly in Romany Gypsy and Irish Traveller communities who live on local authority sites, which are predominantly placed in pretty unpleasant areas. Yeah.
Okay.
So the report, what does it say?
Well, I think the report is pretty stark. It does highlight the fact that, aside from accommodation issues, so, I mean, to start with, I guess, with the accommodation issues, as I said, the site is hugely overcrowded.
And that's just families, expanding, children grow up.
Exactly. I mean, there are many young people on the site who are kind of ready to get married and to start their own lives, but feel like they can't because there's just nowhere for them to go. And across London, there's no sites available. There's just no space, and you can't live the nomadic way of life anymore. So it's really kind of an impossible situation, really. And the report kind of really kind of puts that, places this whole kind of site in its context. And it does say that there is a need for 31 additional pitches in the coming decade to kind of accommodate for the growing families.
Wow, and how many pitches are there now?
So I believe there are currently 19 or 20 pitches at the moment. But yeah, like I say, really overcrowded. And then, aside from the accommodation issues, the report kind of found really high poverty levels amongst the majority of those who were surveyed as part of this research. The majority were earning less than 20k a year. There was really clear educational disadvantage, so I think 93% of respondents had no formal qualifications, and we know that it's really difficult. Say if you're kind of in your early 20s and you don't have any qualifications and you're expected to be able to cover the costs of your family and to kind of be the man of the household, as many Romany Gypsy and Irish Traveller men are expected to do at kind of an early age. It's really impossible to then kind of return to education and return to employment that requires these kind of qualifications. And then we also kind of found that those who were living in bricks and mortar housing had really significant accessibility issues, were also sort of overcrowded, and then we're feeling really isolated as well. I know some families who have taken kind of the offer of bricks and mortar housing and then have felt really isolated from their community.
I was going to say, like, psychologically that must have an impact. If your culture is to move, then, sort of having to be in one place is going to have a psychological and mental health impact, I would have thought.
Definitely, and so the majority of Romany Gypsy and Irish Traveller communities are living in bricks and mortar housing now, and a smaller percentage living in on sites. It's impossible to live a nomadic way of life because of the legislation that's been brought in, really sort of since the 60s, and it's something that we kind of talk about a lot as kind of cultural genocide, really, and the impact that has on people's mental health. I don't think it's a surprise that the suicide rate for Romany Gypsy and Irish Traveller communities is as high as it is, unfortunately.
Has Grenfell kind of had an effect on that site at all?
Totally. So you can actually see Grenfell Tower from the site. I know that residents could hear. Could hear people screaming and jumping, and it was very traumatic. I know some of the younger children as well lost friends as well in that fire. So yeah, really traumatic, and I don't believe any help was offered
Yeah, I mean, that's it. It feels a little bit to me. I'm quite ignorant on the subject, so excuse me if I'm wrong about anything, but it feels like quite separate from. So accessing things like healthcare and, mental health care. How does that, is that more difficult or?
I think it is definitely difficult. I mean, I think, realistically, Romany Gypsy and Irish Traveller people in this day and age, they know where to go. They know where to go to the GP. They know that. But it's the treatment that you might get from, say, the receptionist who kind of might look at your record or, where you're based and make assumptions, about you or about, kind of your family life and
so
things like that.
Good old-fashioned prejudice, basically.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
And I mean, you get into a feedback loop, don't you? I mean, a lot of people are probably of the opinion that somehow the Irish Traveller community likes to stick to themselves, but that's because at the same time they're not letting them in, so they're forced to stick to themselves, and you're in a vicious cycle.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I don't really think you can really blame people for that. When you look at the history, the centuries long kind of persecution and discrimination towards Romany Gypsy and Irish Traveller people in England, Ireland, and really across the world, there's no wonder that people would feel kind of mistrustful of organisations and services.
Yeah, to the point possibly of not wanting to seek mental health services because who knows what will be written down and held against them in the future.
Exactly, and I think there's just this sort of prevailing sense that you won't be understood by a professional, and oftentimes if say, your relative goes and has a negative experience at the doctor, that's going to spread, and that kind of experience unfortunately will kind of be
I know that within the black community, maybe not so much anymore, but certainly when I was a child, black men, for example, it wasn't the thing to do to go and seek medical help, particularly not mental health help, absolutely not. So, and it's that loop you were talking about. You kind of misunderstood, the people don't understand the cultural differences, so you don't receive the treatment that you might need, so then you don't go. And then, you get worse, and then etc.
Yeah.
So I can imagine it's a similar dynamic playing out there.
Yeah, totally.
I know that from your point of view as the Travellers movement, although this was very laser focused on Stable Way, you're hoping that you learnt things here that can then be implemented at a local, regional, and possibly even national level. How's that going to manifest?
Well, I think absolutely. I mean, Stable Way is not unique in the fact that, where the site is located, we know there's been a huge amount of research that's been done around kind of the location of traveller sites. Generally speaking, the majority of traveller sites are located in polluted areas or next to busy roads or next to toxic waste or factories. So we know that the film that we produced kind of looked at that, and we really hope that kind of going forward, any kind of sites that will be developed will be kind of placed in safe and environmentally kind of healthy areas. I think also one point to note, and I think we kind of mentioned this in the report. The statutory duty, there is no kind of statutory duty to build sites, and there was one previously, so that kind of came in the 1960s, and then it was revoked in the 1990s. So we really feel that the government has to reinstate that statutory duty, because I don't think many sites have actually been built since that statutory duty was revoked, because no local authority, they don't have to do anything essentially.
They're finding it so difficult doing the things they absolutely have to do that if it's not in the rules, they're not going to do it.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, Joe Powell, our local MP, there was a lot of resistance to him before he came in, but he's turning out to be quite a good bloke, so I mean, he might be someone who would take that up.
Well, we know Joe pretty well. He actually wrote the foreword for this report. No, he has been absolutely great. He actually came down to the site, met with the residents, and really kind of heard kind of what their sort of issues were. He also supported our kind of battle, if you like, with the council to make sure that the Residents Association became a qualifying Residents Association. So it was with his help that we were able to do that. So yeah, we really, really appreciate him, and he is an important ally.
Yeah, good. Because, I mean, we don't need to go into the details now, but I know there's also an element of the people who live on the site are slightly collateral damage in this ongoing dispute about where the tunnel from Imperial College to us, which is an ENSA requirement that should have been built 15 years ago. It's still, and because they can't make that decision, they can't do anything about down the road either. It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, and I think also, we're talking about the kind of need for additional pitches on Stable Way, but this is a conversation that we've been having for decades, since long before my time, and I know that this is kind of something that really has been kind of going on, since the Irish Travellers that are currently on Stable Way arrived. So, we kind of really need to be doing something about it now.
Brilliant. Thank you, Olivia, so much. Before you go, tell us a tiny bit about Romany and Gypsy and Irish Traveller Month.
Absolutely. So actually the event that you were at last June at the ICC was in celebration of Gypsy Roma Traveller History Month. So Gypsy Roma Traveller History Month is a month in June where we kind of celebrate the contributions of Romany, Gypsy, Roma and Irish Traveller communities. It's an opportunity to really celebrate kind of the different cultures, communities and traditions of each distinct community. So, yeah.
Great. Well, I hope you're going to keep us in touch with those.
Definitely.
And we did one of the Bright Side of the Roads. We did with Steo Wall, who is Irish Traveller soul singer from Dublin. That was amazing. When I was at Glastonbury, actually, the field I used to work in, the Unfairground used to celebrate Irish Traveller history and play loads of bands. So, apart from anything else, that music is fantastic.
I'm really glad to have met you. That's really interesting. There's lots of stuff that I didn't know before. I was unaware that the travellers were no longer travelling, for example. I just rather assumed they were. And yeah, it does feel like a cultural genocide. But can you recommend any books for people who want to find out more?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have a lot of resources on our website, so we'd really direct anybody to the Traveller Movement website. We have a lot of reports. I believe it's travellermovement.org.uk, but you might need to check that. So we publish a lot of different reports, whether it's about kind of health and well-being, women's work, education policy. There's definitely a lot out there, and I would recommend if you have children and would want to kind of raise awareness about kind of Romany, Gypsy and Irish Traveller communities with young children. There's an amazing author called Richard O'Neill who does children's books about Romany, Gypsy and Irish Traveller culture. So definitely take a look at those as well.
So the travellermovement.org, you said?
Quite possibly. Just type in Traveller Movement to Google and
we'll check it out. I'm sure we'll find it.
Up,
Fantastic.
And actually, if you Google the site, Down Stable Way, there's quite a lot of different films. There's your own film, which is on YouTube now, isn't there?
That's right.
There's a film, Thomas McCarthy, who's a traveller singer who was brought up on the site or lived on the site for a certain amount of time in his early teens. I actually interviewed him on stage at the ICC. There's a film of his just after the fire talking about the effects of the fire. And you can find someone like Reginald Bosanquet, or one of those old school ITN reporters, was down at the site just before it opened, and that is also on YouTube from I think 1971, but I'm not sure. At your event you had Sarah Dunn, who was also on the radio with us. She is the daughter of possibly the greatest Irish Traveller singer, a man called Pekka Dunn, and she came on the show and sang one of his songs.
My name is John O'Halloran. I am 81 years old. I left my childhood days behind in search of fame and gold. I left my home in Trolley Town in me 22nd year. I would dig the gold on England's shores, and I'd make me fortune there. The weary months in search of work, I tramped down street and road. And now shake down round Camden Town, it was my first abode. No cheery glance to cheer my heart, and no man to shake my hand. No wazy gold, only rain and cold in that God-forsaken land. I love the girl in Liverpool, she was a neat one from Mayo. I've courted girls in Tiger Bay, their teeth like virgin snow. I've eat my food in small shebeens, and I drank the porter black in a dirty bed to lay my head, and the lice crawling up my back. Go down the trench, proud Irishman, for you are strong and big. Take the shovel by the neck, spit on your hands and dig. Tear out the guts from Mother Earth, from the dawn till fading light. In a nearby pub you'll drink your sob, and you'll hate and love and fight. Oh, me bones are getting weary now, and me money is all spent. My once dark hair is grey with care, and me shoulders, they are bent. Soon Sergeant Death will call me back, and he'll take me by the hand, and in Trolley Town lay my body down, far from that God-forsaken land.
Yes. Yes, that is Sarah Dunn singing on an episode of Brightside the Road last summer. Sorry, something went round down the wrong way there for a minute. Apologies, I'm sure Greg can cut it out later. As you all know, we have been talking all this International Women's Month with the Playground Theatre's Women's Voices, a celebration. And we have the director of the festival, or one of the directors of the festival, with us once again. Naomi, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Oh.
Am I on?
Yeah, I think there should be. Yeah. No, also, well done, yeah.
All right.
Hello, hello.
Yes, all good.
Testing. There we go.
Naomi's all good. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you, Piers. It's a pleasure.
And you brought with you Emily Raymond. Hi, Emily.
Hello. Nice to be here.
Before we talk about the show you're involved with, Emily, Naomi, you were here last week.
I was.
You'd had a great first week of the festival.
Amazing.
Mainly sold out. I saw on the socials this morning or
really
yesterday.
been quite
Continuing to sell out.
It's been quite extraordinary, and we've had, well, the singer-songwriter who was
Sadie, who was in Sadie Jamette.
Sadie Jamette we had 2 performances of something called She Her, which was 8 women's monologues. It was incredibly moving, and from all different cultures and ethnicities, and it was fantastic. I mean, standing ovation time.
Were there common themes?
No, they were all personal stories.
Right.
I mean, for instance, one was a Ukrainian who was talking about, having to go to the bomb shelter and things like. And one was a woman who talked about losing a baby, and and another one was talking about having just been her husband separated from her a year ago, and she was quite relieved.
That sounds
Don't get my wife here that one.
That sounds really good.
Yeah, really, really. But actually, we hope to bring it back for a proper run, because it was one of those life-enhancing. These incredible women, 2 Iranian women.
And it's Norwoosh. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's Norwoosh today, which is the Persian New Year.
So I'm told. And we have Voices of Persia next week, which is a classical concert with narration written by William Nicholson, who wrote Shadowlands. 3 incredible musicians, Iranian composers, but also classics like Ravel and Rimsky-Korsakov. And that's Wednesday night. But on Tuesday night, Emily Raymond is directing this wonderful play called The Spy Princess, about an extraordinary woman, Noor Inayat Khan, and she will tell you.
Yeah, let's hear about that.
Yeah, she's an extraordinary woman. It's one of the things I love about this job is that I get to dip in and out of different people's lives, either fiction or real, like this woman, and just digging around a bit. I think she's absolutely extraordinary, and I'm amazed that I hadn't heard of her before. She's one of 3 women only to get the George Cross for bravery in the war, and she got the Croix de Guerre as well from France, the Gold Star, another amazing achievement. But she was also from such an extraordinary family herself. She was actually spent part of her childhood in Notting Hill Gate. So that's how she was born in Russia.
So another one we can claim.
Another one you can claim.
Probably played the tabernacle.
Yes.
Right.
She was born in Russia, and her father was an Indian Sufi leader, and he brought Sufism to this country and to London.
Okay.
Hazrat Inayat Khan, who would be well known within the Sufi world. And he went to America to take Sufism there, and he was a musicologist as well, and a great musician and a great sort of leader and speaker about the spirituality of Sufism, and met his wife, who was an American, and her family didn't want her to marry him, and she ran off with him. And they had this family, and they were very much ascetics, they moved around without money. And a rich sort of Dutch family, I think, bought them a house in Paris, and this family grew up in this house that was constantly full of other people and teachings of Sufism. And during the war, when the occupation happened, Noor and her family had to leave France, and got on a boat to London, and she was determined to be part of the war effort. And she ended up being an operator, a radio operator, and was, as I say, the first woman to be sent over to France to help with the resistance. And the average life expectancy of a radio operator was 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Oh.
So to take that
Wow.
risk.
I mean, without wanting to, spoiler alert.
Well, you'll have to come and see, but it's not.
Yeah, you can't tell us how it ends. We'll
it's not great.
Yeah.
Which bit of her life have you focused on? I mean,
Well, it's really from her leaving
can't really do
France.
a biopic in
Yeah,
theatre,
it
can
sort
you?
of is a biopic, really.
Right,
It's
okay,
sort
so
of
I'm
leaving
on.
France and getting to London and getting involved in the war effort there, and being chosen to be part of this special operations executive, which was very kind of spies, sabotage going on abroad.
And how did that come about? Who did the choosing? How did
It's
that happen?
extraordinary, just sort of digging a bit into that, and the amount of training that people had, and these sort of special operations things that were going on, behind the scenes, and BBC broadcasting going out, or
Yeah.
Portobello Radio, putting their things out on the air, and there'd be coded messages to people in France to pick up the Lysander aircraft that would come with people from England that would be absolutely assimilated into French life. She was a fluent French speaker because she'd been brought up there after leaving Notting Hill Gate to France.
Okay.
So she was chosen for that, and she was brilliant. She was a brilliant radio operator.
So did someone from like MI5 or whatever just approach her?
Well, she was part of WAF. She'd gone into the Women's Air Force, so she was
Okay,
already
so-
there, already trying to do her bit, and she was sort of
Right.
spotted at being brilliant at these skills, and also having this fluent French, which was so good for the spying. She
I
knew
mean-
Paris well.
For a totally patriarchal society, they were actually quite good at finding really brilliant women to do. I mean, Bletchley Park was full of all
Yes.
these brilliant women who, and most of them didn't mention a word about what had gone on.
No, amazing.
But they were all there, doing what we now get AI to do.
Yes.
Because they were good, seeing the patterns, and seeing that meant that the German guy was saying goodnight to his girlfriend, and therefore
But
we won the war.
This particular play, which has never been produced, was taken from a book called Spy Princess by an Indian writer called Shrabani Basu. And I don't know if any of you saw the film Victoria and Abdul with Judi Dench.
I mean, I remember when it came out.
Yeah, well,
I read the
it's a while
reviews, if that
ago.
counts.
It was a beautiful film, and that was actually based also on Shrabani's book. So she wrote the book, and then well-known playwright, screenwriter Rebecca Lenkiewicz was commissioned by the National Theatre to write this script, and then they never did it. So this is the first reading.
Yeah, it's
of this
landed with
play.
us, and it's kind of serendipitous that it's
Yeah.
going to be on in Notting Hill where she was, and she's this also part of such a sort of devout Muslim family. Just in the wake of Eid, and there's just so
Well,
many
that's
things that are
today,
all
isn't
coming
it?
together that
Yeah.
are lovely. But
So you're going to dramatise it?
yeah, well, it's a staged reading, so we're only rehearsing for a day and a half, and then we put it on that evening. We start on Monday. We'll have a full day's rehearsal on Monday, and then Tuesday afternoon, and we'll be on Tuesday evening. So the actors will have the scripts in hand, but they're very experienced, good actors, and
Yes, in
it's
these
really
kind
exciting.
of festival situations, it's rare to have a full performance because there simply isn't the budget to support.
But is that are you sort of secretly harbouring those plans to put on a full
I don't know.
production?
It's good to give a sort of view of what it could be. It's like a
Yeah.
sort of not a taster. It's more than a taster, but it's like a sort of a new work. It's new
I'd watch
writing.
the hell out of that. So,
Yeah, great. Come along. Come along, because it really it's a really beautiful piece of work.
Nice, yeah.
And about somebody that I knew nothing about. I went to see her statue that's been put up only in 2012.
Where's that?
It's in Gordon Square Gardens in WC1,
Oh,
just
right.
opposite
In the
Euston.
museum area, not
Yeah.
a student area.
Yeah, and again, she's also, Shabani Basu has made that happen, and also made it happen that English Heritage put a blue plaque outside the flat where she was staying in London. In that area when she was working for
But
the
not-
war
not the
effort.
Notting Hill
Not
one.
around the Notting Hill, that was when she was a child, but when she was doing her war effort stuff. And she is the first South Asian woman to have a blue plaque in London.
that's good.
So there's all these kind of firsts and all these incredible
First or
sort of
only?
barriers that she
No other
broke.
South Asian women has
It-
ever
it
had.
she was the first one. So it's kind of extraordinary, and she seems to have been sort of lost somehow. And this book and play and things are kind of
But there are so
bringing
many.
her to light.
There's so, I mean, really, literally, I'm reading daily. I read about a woman, and I can't at the moment recall her name, who was one of the original screenwriters in Hollywood. She also learned the entire industry. She wrote the famous Lillian Gish films. She wrote famous Greta Garbo films. She won two Academy Awards. She was the first woman to be the vice president of the Screenwriters Guild, and by 1946, when the men became quite corporate, she was phased out, and yet
we've never heard of her.
and nobody's ever, and we've never not heard of her.
Because we've talked
But
about
that-
Mrs. Mozart a couple of times
Yeah,
since
right.
you've been here before.
Well, that still happens now. I mean, I read a headline the other day that said that Michael B. Jordan is only the sixth black person to win a Oscar or a BAFTA, whatever the hell it was.
Right.
But they left out the fact that Halle Berry won it.
Yes,
Oh.
exactly.
Yeah, so apparently she just didn't make the list. And it's like, but she's literally
she's
the
a woman.
only black woman to have won it, and they just thought,
Dumped her.
so, yeah, said that.
Dumped her.
Or Viola Davis.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
know, yeah.
No, she was driving Miss Daisy, was she not? No, she was the help.
No, that was the help, yeah.
She was in the help. We've got to go, but one of the things, of course, about your play is that when you came to talk to us about, was it Spanish Oranges that had
Yes.
started
That's
as
correct.
a reading, and
A year ago.
yeah, and then it was the 2 weeks before the festival with
Exactly.
Spanish Oranges.
Well, it actually
Mark
had
Hall
almost-
went, actually, said it was great.
Amazing.
Oh, you went?
No, a friend of ours.
Oh, a friend of yours.
I'm
But-
trying to bring him into the
Yes,
conversation.
I went. It was
about
fantastic.
Well, come along to the reading.
Yeah.
How do we get hold of the Playground Theatre?
www.theplaygroundtheatre.org.uk, Latimer Road, London, W10 6RQ.
And you're definitely on
Nice.
Facebook, and you're definitely
And
on
Instagram.
Instagram,
Yeah.
and probably TikTok.
I'm not sure about TikTok. I'm not in charge of the
Try
socials.
and see. Emily, thank you. Good luck with the Spy Princess, which is next Wednesday, did we say?
Tuesday,
And that's the 24th, right?
24th,
So
7:30.
we'll see you next Tuesday.
Brilliant.
Sorry, it had to be done. It had to be done, come on.
Gregsy, this week we have 2 o'clock. We have
Oh, this is Saturday session, the Sunday rewind. Yes, so sorry, hang on.
the DJs over the
yes.
weekend are 2 o'clock, and we have Michaela.
Power, the goodies, man, kicking it off things at 1400 hours. Following her, I hear that we've got DJ for Blue back on the show.
Yeah,
on the
DJ
dial.
for Blue. At 4, I thought we'd have Tessa, DJ Tessa from the Slits.
No, brilliant idea.
At
Brilliant
5,
idea.
we've got Liam Tug. At 6, we've
Yeah, man.
got
Miss Well
the
Walcott's
teacher.
Detention. Yeah, man, that's some good fun.
At 7 o'clock, we got This Is House.
Well, nice house
thank
on
you,
Portobello.
Liam. Thank you, Naomi. Thank you,
guys.
Emily.
Yeah, nice house on Portobello kicks off at 7 p.m. Otherwise known as 1900
With
hours.
Sam Robinson.
Sam
followed
Robinson, DJ the PJ, who I was with last night. My goodness, we had a great session, and rounding things up, the most amazing Tao. He is fantastic. They're all fantastic, to be fair. So looking forward to a great lineup of those DJs, both Saturday, Sunday, and in the middle of the night if you happen to be in Australasia or somewhere on the
Or
other side of the
Japan.
planet. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this show repeats midday tomorrow, 10 a.m. on Sunday.
We're going to listen to Deco Dell's Jazz. I thought, because we run it on Wednesday just gone, and it smashed it out the ballpark. Everybody loved it, absolutely
Right.
loved it. So we thought, well, that'd be fine and ripe for this Sunday morning's listening. So this show repeating at 10 a.m. Deco Dell's Adventures in Jazz at midday on Sunday, and then all those wonderful DJs repeat themselves. It's fantastic.
And after this show, we're going to have episode 2 of ISIS abroad in Africa.
Good.
Roving reporter.
Yeah, man.
Amber, thank you so much for
Yes.
stepping in
Thanks,
for
Sam.
our mutual friend ISIS while
Yeah,
she
yeah. So it's
jet sets around the world. She was in
Right.
Zanzibar, you
so
know.
very glam,
Yeah.
and I'm
Very
deeply
glad.
envious.
Very. I like it.
Anyway, this one comes from just outside Mombasa. That the one we're getting in a moment.
Lovely.
She'll be back in Nigeria, I think,
Oh, wow.
next week. So
East
we'll
Coast to
hopefully
West
get
Coast.
something from
Yes.
there.
Beautiful.
One more time, happy equinox, Eid Mubarak,
Yeah,
Eid,
Eid,
man.
everybody.
happy Nowrush. This is another Persian chanteuse, Tara Tibo. Thanks for listening.
Sorry, that one up.
شاه من ماه من رحمتی به حول زارم بفکن از روی خود روشنی به شام تارم آخرین کارم بین فقان زارم چشم ژاله پارم را ای گل زندگی بیش از این مکن تو خارم گریه تا که چند سوز زدم دل و کارم شده مشکل بوده آهم بسته راهم چون رسم به ماهم نماید از شب غم نگاهی به ما از شب غم من آن مرد زداید سیاهی زداید سیاهی عمر من از غم شده صبر و تحمل تا کی بوت جانا تو مرنجام دل پژمان ز ستم خدنگ وفا شاه من ماه من رحمتی به حال زارم جانی من اگر نماید نگاه نماید از شفقت نگاهی به ماهی از شب غم من آن من زداید سیاهی زداید سیاهی عمر من از غم شده صبر و تحمل تا کی اون شده بوت جانا تو مرنجام دل پژمان ز ستم به خدنگ وفا شاه من ماه من رحمتی به حال زارم
I love Portobello Radio, probably the best radio station in Ledbroke Grove.
Greetings, Portobello Radio. This is Isis. I'm still in East Africa. I'm just outside of Mombasa, and I have a very special guest for you who I met in Mombasa. My sister, please introduce yourself.
Greetings and good morning. My name is Caroline Rita Mutua, a storyteller, actress, and a producer from Kenya, Mombasa. And I'm glad, so excited to have met my sister we had a very wonderful time together during storytelling workshop, and I'm excited also to have this interview with her. Thank you very much, my sister.
So, Sister Rita, can you tell us a bit about your work in storytelling first? Because obviously the workshop is centering a lot of that.
Yes. So I'm an actress, and I'm also a storyteller from Mombasa, Kenya. And I also do a lot of workshops with young upcoming storytellers, okay? And I also try to make sure that I mentor them on storytelling, on script writing, on content creation, and also acting. So that is what basically I do in Mombasa, Kenya. And I do stories that originate with us, our forefathers' stories, our heritage, stories that tell stories that make sure that we do not forget where we are coming from. Those are the stories I mentor and I nurture them to go back to and make sure they root themselves to that kind of storytelling so that we don't forget who we are.
And in the tradition in East Africa, and particularly in Kenya, how important is storytelling? I mean, you've mentioned it preserves your history, your identity, and how important is it to everyday lives of Kenyans?
It's very important because at this point where we are right now, we have gotten to a place where the system is trying to take away our history. Hello?
Yes.
Hello? You can hear me? Okay, so the system is trying to take away our history, and our children, the upcoming generation, is forgetting who we are. And we have even lobbied CBC education, which teaches about our heritage, our backgrounds, our everything back to school. We are trying to do a lot of talent, a lot of storytelling, a lot of history back in school so that our children do not forget our history. And that is why we are also doing that outside school also, so that also when they come out of school, they are also able to nurture their own storytelling back to the art and craft and make sure relevant to the generations to come.
Wonderful. And we met at the Little Theatre in Mombasa. Do you want to tell me a little bit about this theatre? It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, Little Theatre in Mombasa has been there for quite some time. We celebrated 70 years in existence, and it's been nurturing many talents all over the world. We have had many visitors coming from outside the country and coming to just celebrate the place because it's there, it's heritage. And also the most important thing is that it accommodates each and every kind of talent. It does not discriminate in any way, so everybody is allowed to come there and be nurtured and also share their stories and also perform and do anything. So it's a very special and a powerful place for all the artists all over the world. We have people coming from all over the world to just come and see Little Theatre Club and go on stage and also celebrate with the other artists who have been there at the Little Theatre Club. I'm a senior member there. I've been there for quite some time. When I started acting and telling stories, that was my first stage, and I'm 48 years old and I'm still at the Little Theatre Club, nurturing other talents through the space.
You mentioned that you are an actress. Can you tell me a little bit about that aspect of your career? And also, I'm interested in how your acting plays into storytelling.
Sorry?
I'm interested as well in how your acting connects with storytelling.
Oh, so I do acting. I'm an actress. I'm a screen actress and stage actress. I've written scripts that also have been performed on stage. So I tell my story through also acting. And also I've been in production in most of the national TVs here in Kenya, on Netflix and Showmax all over the world. And we've done stories that also try and empower the community for social change. The first movie that I did was called Watatu. It was shown all over the world. It was about radicalization and the change that we needed the youth to have, to be empowered, to know that they do not need to be brainwashed for them to be able to be radicalized in the wrong way. And it was all over. We won awards, I think, in London and in some of the other countries. And also, apart from acting, I also do write scripts myself. So I tell my stories also through scripting and also stage. So I can do acting, I can do storytelling on stage, and I can also produce. Like right now, I have a daughter. She's 17 years old. I've mentored her for quite some time now, and she came up with her own thing called Sauti Yangu, which means my voice. It's about gender-based violence for kids, and we are supposed to premiere it later in the year during the gender-based violence week or month, when we are celebrating empowering the women and children to stand up. So it's a powerful short film. So I do all that, and I make sure that I can do it on stage and on screen as an actress, as a producer, and also as a storyteller. So I incorporate all those channels to make sure that the stories outside there get to be heard, either through screen, through online channels, through stage, and even on the community level. We also go to the community level.
And can you just maybe give us the names of a couple more of your films besides Watatu that you're in? So if any listeners want to find you on Netflix.
Oh, lovely. Yes, there is Watatu. It's on Netflix. There is also Vera. Is a story about the powerful lady called Mekatilili Wamenza, who fought the colonial in the Second World War, and we did it in last 2 years. It's also on Netflix. I have done Crime and Justice. I have done series on TV. I have done Keep Boy. It's a movie that premiered last year, I think in London or England, somewhere there. And it's also on Netflix. So all those are on Netflix. They can be checked out. And yeah, I'm there, Caroline Rita.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. So now I just wanted to mention that obviously we're in International Women's Month. We don't accept one day. Women, we must have more than one.
Yes.
We're taking the whole month of March. Can you tell me, for you as a woman, as a mother, why is it important that we celebrate women?
I believe one day is not enough. It allows, because when we do it one day, then the recognition is not enough. Because when you do it a whole month, it allows sustained recognition of women achievements. Okay, we get to see what women have done, the highlights of ongoing gender inequalities, and ensure that women contribution is often not overlooked when we do it in one day, okay? But the visibility is there. It deserves to be seen throughout the month. And being symbolic is not what we do. We do a whole month so that we can continue to create awareness, we can continue to empower, we can continue to strengthen the women who are still empowering. We celebrate them. We can't celebrate them in one day. We can only celebrate them in a month and create a space for deeper recognition, reflection, education, and action to be taken. That's what I believe. So I believe a whole month is enough to do all that, not one day.
I agree with you 100%, my sister.
Yeah.
And so can you tell us,
Yes.
before we end, what are you working on at the moment? I know you're very busy running around Mombasa because we've been trying to organize this interview. Do you want to tell our listeners what you're working on so they get a sense of, the sort of things you're involved in?
Yeah, we've been working on the World Theatre Week that starts today until 27th. We've been working on it for the last 1 month. We are planning to have different activities, storytelling being the first one today. And we are doing it in a community somewhere in Mombasa with the kids. And then we have poetry, and then we have workshops, and then we have trainings with women and empowerment and discussions. And we have also the D-Day, the 27th, we have the gala dinner where we are inviting our partners, our collaborators, our stakeholders, just to celebrate and also celebrate women movements as we do that, because I think we are still in the month of celebrating women. So the dinner gala will be for women and also for stakeholders as we create a space whereby art is appreciated by everyone, because it's through art that we're able to communicate, voice out our issues, and also bring change to the communities. That's what we are working on. And also, like I said, the movie that my daughter did, we are planning to premiere it very soon. It's a short film. It's called Sauti Yangu, My my voice about a child who was abused. Her parents did not give her the best education, and then the gender violence continues in the story. So we are planning on that. And also I have a workshop coming up, in mentorship coming up in April. When the kids close school, I deal with them. So I do mentorship for their talent and also make sure that they come up with a piece, create something for their own, so that we nurture their talents while they're still young. So that's what I'm working on. My year is packed, and I believe that we will be able to achieve, because I work with a very good team of my co-mentors and a Bond Star One mentorship program. That's what we are doing. But for